On Overdrive today, we ride the latest 100cc Honda Shine, tell you how different the Toyota Innova Krista is from the Hi-Cross, and we check out the Audi Q3 Sportback. Hello and welcome to Overdrive. I'm Soini Dutt. To say that it has taken Honda a while to enter the 100cc commuter segment is quite an understatement. In fact, Honda has finally entered this space with the 100cc Shine. Now, it is a simple, petite and a very basic motorcycle. So here's Chris telling us what this motorcycle is all about.
The Honda Shine 125cc, well, that commuter motorcycle did very well for itself ever since the company came out with it back in 2006. Now, since then, it has been the hottest selling Honda two-wheeler motorcycle the company has ever seen out here in India. Why? Because it was a very compelling package, because it was frugal, comfortable and very affordably priced. Now, Honda have gone one step further with the same package with this motorcycle that we have out here today. This is the Honda 100cc Shine. And well, how does this motorcycle fare in today's world? Well, we have a short while to find out. So let's get right to it. In terms of its design, the 100cc Shine resembles the silhouette of the bigger 125cc Honda Shine. Its theme isn't all new or very exciting, but overall, it's not the worst thing to look at out on the road either. A quick glance over this bike and you can tell of its basic A to B commuter motorcycle origins with minimal frills. You get alloy wheels at both ends, but no tubeless tires or disc brakes, not even as an option. Then you get halogen bulbs all around without any of those fancy looking LED DRLs anywhere around. So there's function over form definitely with this one. The instrumentation, well, that's all analog. And like the switchgear, well, it feels of an older era and very basic. Although its overall levels of fit and finish are just about acceptable in today's standards with no real complaints, well, it still feels like a motorcycle that precedes the digital and Bluetooth era, and there's even evidence of cost savings all over this Honda too. Like for instance, the lack of a kill switch on the right side of the handlebar. Then there's the rider's foot pegs which don't fold back, so you could hurt your legs if you're pushing the bike using your feet. And the rear shocks, well, they aren't adjustable. But this is more or less acceptable in today's standards because this is what the motorcycle is meant to be. It's one of those less is more bikes where simplicity is the name of its game. It's one of those workhorses that fly under everyone's radar. Now, powering the 100cc Honda Shine is the all-new 99cc single-cylinder air-cooled motor, which makes around a little over 7 PS of max power and 8 Nm of max torque. Speeds of around 50 kmph, well, this motorcycle feels very comfortable. But once you cross that threshold, well, things tend to get a little gruff. It's not all that refined, not as refined as I would have liked it, but still, it fares decently going up gradients and such. It's a smooth engine, feels quite frugal given what this motorcycle is set out to do. But then again, given the brakes and the way this motorcycle is set up, it's not really built for speed. Even if you do find the time and space to get this bike's speedo needle to cross that 80 kmph indication mark on the dial, well, braking time will almost always be an issue because although there's CBS or combined braking, well, you don't have that reassuring feeling or consistency of a disc brake at either end of this bike. The 100cc Shine's engine is very tractable for the city, and even though it's got just 4 gears, it feels like it's a motorcycle that will allow you to potter in and around town in comfort at the speed of 50 all day. In fact, that's one of the main USPs of this motorcycle, its level of ride comfort. The Shine 100 feels light on its feet, and with a small 9-litre tank between your knees, it's so easy to manage. It's got a great turning radius too, so getting through tight gaps in standstill traffic will be a doozy. The suspension is very absorbent and it will keep you isolated from a good amount of the rough stuff that you will encounter out on the road, provided that you're taking it all on at the right speed. Go any faster than required with a pillion aboard and things can get bouncy and very uncomfortable. The flattish single bench is a tad narrow, still very accommodating, and you could spend a good amount of time in the saddle with no complaints. Obviously, the Shine 100, well, it's no corner carving scalpel, and you'll definitely want to refrain from taking on bends at high speed on this one. Overall, it does everything that you'd expect from a commuter motorcycle of this sort, just that it doesn't feel exemplary or excel at any particular riding aspect. Apart from maybe the mileage, of course, but we didn't have time to check that out today. But maybe that's what these motorcycles or this type of motorcycle are all about, keeping things simple and tidy. Now the 100cc Honda Shine, well, it costs around 65,000 rupees ex showroom India, and that's a good 15,000 rupees cheaper than the 125cc version of the same motorcycle. To sum it up, is it great to look at? No. Does it have a good amount of features? Honestly, it's lacking a certain bit. But then again, what it sets out to do, this A to B commuter motorcycle, it's easy to manage, it's very comfortable, well, it's very light and easy out on the road, and it does manage to do what it sets out to do pretty well. But the crux of the matter with this motorcycle, a commuter motorcycle of this caliber, well, the main USP has to be its frugality, well, its mileage and how much you get in return in terms of kilometers. But we can't really test that out today because of a limited time that we have with this motorcycle. But then again, given its price, it is competitively priced and it does seem like a pretty decent package out on the road for what it set out to do.
In this very busy commuter space, the Honda Shine will be competing against the likes of the Hero Splendor Plus, the Hero HF Deluxe and also the Bajaj Platina 100. We'll be back very shortly after this break to tell you about Toyota Innova Crista competing against the Toyota Innova Hycross. Stay with us, you're watching Overdrive.